You're listening to episode 29 of the Decorate Like a Design Boss podcast. And it is that time of the year, friends. The holidays are here. Way too suddenly, I might add. And I want to share with you some of my top tips for creating holiday magical decor that doesn't break the bank, but well, looks like it might have. All right, let's get started. Welcome to Decorate Like a Design Boss, a podcast for design lovers who want to create beautiful spaces in their very own homes. My name is Kimberly Grigg, and I'm a professional interior designer who teaches design lovers like yourselves how to decorate. And when I say decorate, I mean decorate like a design boss. If you're ready to create a space that your family loves and your neighbors can't stop raving about, well, buckle up, honey, because it's time to design. Well, let me be the first to wish you Merry Christmas, design lovers. Can you believe the holidays are here? Each year seems like it gets here faster and faster, and I know this. I like to create a dramatic holiday decor, but I also like to keep it as simple as possible. I always have in the back of my mind that what goes up must come down. And I always want to remember this because there's nothing worse than the challenge of the holiday being over and then packing and packing and packing things back up and putting them away. So a few years ago, I simplified my process and I actually created more drama with less. So let's jump right in. I want to share my top Christmas decorating tips with you in hopes that your holiday decor this year is more magical than ever. All right, tip number 1, use what you have. Now, I don't mean just your Christmas decor. I mean take existing vases and other accessories, urns, etc. that already exist in your decor and fill them with greenery and berries, balls if appropriate. Any sprigs or other holiday decor can go right down in or be included with what you already have out on display. This way, when the holidays pass, you just keep your accessories in place and toss the berries and greenery. This also is a great way to add just a little holiday cheer into each of your rooms without going to a whole lot of trouble. Tip number 2, choose a color scheme. This will make for a more impactful holiday decor. If you're a traditional and love the red and green theme, then so be it. But if you enjoy mixing it up and choosing holiday decor that is more in keeping with your overall decor scheme, then this can look gorgeous as well. Just pick a scheme, however, and this way you have a consistent theme throughout your home, allowing you to mix it all up each and every year. Tip number 3, thinking of mixing it up, I say shake it up. Consider using your holiday decor in different places. Instead of always using your nativity scene on the living room mantle, mix it up this year and try it in the foyer. Instead of moving out my furniture in the living room and putting the tree in the corner that I do every year, well, this year I'm actually erecting a tall, skinny tree in my foyer instead. Tip number 4, go big. If you purchase large pieces of holiday decor, then you have less to do. I found this giant Santa sleigh in Home Goods a few years ago. Everyone in Home Goods kept staring at me and saying, "Where are you going to use that? It's so large." Well, it is large, as in 36 inches long and about 24 inches high, give or take. The sleigh part is large enough to hold 2 medium-sized poinsettias. I put this sleigh right in the center of my large dining room table, and I add either poinsettias or just beautiful sparkly balls to the sleigh part, and voila, The whole room feels decorated because this piece is large and it makes a statement. When you use statement pieces like this, you need less of them. Tip number 5, use a planter for the base of your Christmas tree. I really love this tip. I don't love tree skirts. They never seem to be the right size and they're all bunchy under all the presents. So last year, I went into my garage and found a planter that wasn't being used in my yard. I hoisted the tree up and put it in the planter with plenty of planting materials so that it stayed nice and sturdy. I love the result. It looks like a tree has been planted and is growing there. Tip number 6. Speaking of looks like it grew there, try a different type of tree. This year, we need a new tree for our front yard based on the one we lost in a storm this past year. We're going to buy and decorate a Leland cypress and use it as our Christmas tree in the living room and then plant it in our yard afterwards. I am so excited about this as I am really into repurposing lately, and this is a splendid way to really enjoy this year's tree and know it is going to serve a good purpose and is not just going into the garbage pile. Tip number 7, visit a tree supplier and ask for the sprigs that they cut off. Many tree suppliers ask you to bring in your tree stand and then they cut the extra limbs, etc., off so that the tree will fit into your tree stand. Those scraps and sprigs are typically tossed, but if you ask for them, most tree lots will just give them to you. They are wonderful for tucking down into vases and using with your faux garland to add a touch of real to it. Tip number 8, involve all the senses with your holiday decor and light Christmas scents throughout your home. I look forward to my little touch of balsam candle, and I only use this scent during the holidays, but it just warms my home, and to me, it just feels like Christmas. Tip number 9, magnolia leaves are magical. If you happen to have a magnolia tree or are on good terms with neighbors who have a magnolia tree, magnolia is wonderful when it's tucked down into vases or even I've used in big basket on a fireplace. It really is an upscale Christmas look and it stays beautiful for a really long time. There are some really good faux magnolia branches and sprigs out on the market these days. So if you don't have access to a real live magnolia tree, some of these really pass for the real thing. I recently found some on Etsy and they're absolutely beautiful. And I actually mixed them down with some of my real magnolia leaves and it just fills things out and looks so much nicer. All right, tip number 10, turn on the music. Nothing says holidays like Christmas carols and holiday music. Invoke all of the senses, including sound, and fill your home with a celebration of the season. Tip number 11, fluff your tree. If you are using a pre-lit or a faux tree, make sure to work your branches. They become smushed and or distorted throughout the year. Work with the branches to mimic how they would be if you found the tree growing in the forest. This takes quite a bit of time and quite a bit of finesse, but I assure you, you are not going to get a beautiful tree if you don't fluff those branches first. Tip number 12, use larger ornaments on your tree and less of them. This creates impact, and you'll be glad when it's time to dismantle. I used to put ornament after ornament on my trees. I would painstakingly work from the inside out, and sometimes one tree would take me days. A few years ago, I purchased some bigger ornaments and pieces, and I just used those with some beautiful ribbons that are wide and wired on each side that I scrunch and use throughout the tree, and the result is simply gorgeous. Tip number 13, wrap your gifts in theme. Your tree will look much better and more important if you wrap your gifts to coordinate with your tree decor. It's a beautiful touch and ends up looking like part of the decorations. Another hint about this, if you do this, then it's just an extension of the tree. And again, you need less ornaments and will make a bigger impact. So, what can we learn from today's lesson? I say it's important to relax and lift all the rules about holiday decor. Maybe keep your holiday up a little longer this year just to enjoy it more, or do less so that you have more energy for other festivities. Most importantly, take a lot of time for self care. I can't emphasize this enough. Refuse to let the holiday overwhelm you. Simplify the gifts and simplify the decor. Put yourself at the center of the holiday season and make this decorating season the best yet. I thank you for listening and would love it if you would subscribe, rate, and review our show. I'd love to hear from you. I can't wait to see your holiday decor, so please share it with me on our social media platforms. And remember, I like to say, don't wait. Today is a great day to decorate. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to Decorate Like a Design Boss. If you want more info on how to decorate your space like a pro, visit KimberlyGreggDesigns.com. See you next week.